Hey YouTube, it is Trinity Productions, Trinity Pro Sound coming at you again with another video on speakers. This time we're going to mix it up a little and bring you a video on FBT. We've got a StagemaxX 12 MA monitor that we are going to be taking apart and showing you, and hopefully firing this thing up and let you hear hopefully a little bit of how it sounds. Probably not going to hear much through the microphone on me, but we're going to go through this monitor and take a look at it. Just in getting it here, it's fairly light. It's a injection molded cabinet. So we'll take a look at the specs here real quick on it in the handy dandy booklet here. Two-way coaxial design. The amplifier that is in it, RMS 400 and 100 watts, 400 going to the low frequency driver, 12-inch driver, and 100 watts going to the high frequency driver. Frequency response 60 to 20K, 2.5-inch voice coil on the woofer and 1.7-inch coil on the driver. Max SPL, they're saying continuous 124 dB, that's pretty good. Crossover frequency is 1.8 kilohertz, 450 watts AC requirement. It's got XLR loops, and again, weight on this cabinet is almost 30 pounds, so it's fairly light and easily portable. The spec sheet on the box from the manufacturer, it is BNC speakers. It has Class D amplification in it. It's got digital signal processor. It has 4 factory equalization presets on it, which we'll get in and show you as well. It has status indicators on the front, 90-degree directivity horn on the box itself. So polypropylene, as we had mentioned earlier, as far as the enclosure is concerned, has the ability to do a 33 or 55-degree tilted front panel in the monitor configuration, or kind of stand up and point at you at a higher angle. And it's got some rigging points if you ever would need that, and some replaceable feet on the bottom. So we're going to go ahead and do kind of just an overview of the outside on this thing first, and then we'll figure out how to take this thing apart and get into it and do our first review of a FBT StagemaxX 12 MA monitor. So here we go. Okay, so with our other camera, we've zoomed in here so we can see what's going on, and I'm going to step around here to the front of the table and point this out to you. Here we've got a PowerCon input. This is the 20 amp PowerCon input and output. On it we've got the XLR ins and outs. It's kind of embedded back in there. There are the 4 presets, and it tells you what they do. First preset is original. The other one is a high cut for drum fill. The third one is a low cut double, and then the fourth one is for if you wanted to use it for front of house applications. Level control on it, and then it has a high pass filter on and off, and then it tells you what the status lights that are on the front of the box that are out here on the edge do, and what those representations are as far as the colors are concerned. So that's the side panel. Underneath there are cups and handles on each end, and then there's a handle on the box underneath the front, and we'll show you that in just a second. So now I've just done a little bit of a rotation on it here to see the front of the grill, and then on the side, this side that's opposite the input panel, again another handle lifted up, and then we do have underneath here another carry handle, and then we've got the feet underneath, but makes a nice little transportable package. Like I said, 30 pounds, fairly lightweight, can be easily carried upstairs, downstairs, and into a venue, up onto the stage. Clean design. So what we're going to do is work on getting the grill off and this thing disassembled, and show you what the inner workings are of this, and how the FBT StageMax 12 is put together and how it sounds. So with the magic of just 4 screws along the front lip underneath, the grill comes off and exposes the 12-inch driver inside the box here. Coated paper surround on it, coated suspension former, and then through the center this is all open. You can see through it and see down through the center of the coaxial driver here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this up so that you can kind of get an image of it, and then it's got ports on each side for the low-end bass response out of it as well. The cabinet, injection molded cabinet's done very nicely. Everything comes together on screws and is held together really nice. Everything's kind of recessed on it within this area down here and up in the top. It does have some dampening material for the grill to ride against here so it doesn't vibrate and rattle, and the grill does lock in fairly nicely. Really nice thick grill. It has a nice locking feature that it slides in at the top and then it comes down, and this is what then screws down to the front lip down here and pulls that whole grill assembly down completely. So probably 16 gauge as far as the thickness of that material, maybe 18, but nice, good, solid grill on the speaker. So now we're going to end up pulling the driver itself out that's in here, the 12-inch driver, and take a look. Just in knocking on the box, it's fairly solid, so we're expecting we're going to find some dampening material on the inside because it just doesn't ring. It's a fairly solid knock, almost sounds like wood. So we're going to go ahead and get this pulled and get that exposed. So we've gone through and removed all the screws and have exposed the driver. These are ceramic magnet drivers, cast frame suspension and basket on this. Fairly standard construction. I don't know what else to tell you. But as we have suspected, there is quite a bit of foam on the inside of this speaker. We're going to go ahead and undo the leads on this driver itself and kind of just show you that, show you a side view of it here, and then also the high frequency driver that goes through the center, and then the magnet ring for the 12-inch driver on the back there. So that's where most of the weight of the speaker is, or the cabinet and everything is in this speaker itself, so that when we remove it, take it out, this thing is light. So with the amplifier and everything in there, which now you can see, that is the whole 500 watt power amplifier, switch mode power supply. Makes it really nice and light and compact inside here, but you can see the foam dampening material that they put in that comes up all the way up the back and then goes along the side and goes over to this other side that really takes the resonance as you beat on it out of the cabinet and really makes a nice tight little package. Amplifiers on a rather large heatsink assembly, as you can kind of see in there, and then that is all held in with just screws, kind of come in both directions on this thing, that I don't want to get in there and completely disassemble the power amplifier out of it. But what we'll do is pause right now and get a little bit closer picture of this amplifier assembly for you. So what we'll do is bring this up to the camera so you can kind of see what's in here. And everything is on a just a really small little circuit board. Power supply and everything comes in off the circuit board, and all of the audio connections are in there. The leads off to the speaker, and there is underneath, which you really can't see, I don't think. Yeah, you're not going to be able to get an angle on it. But all of the power supply components are underneath this heatsink for the switch mode power supply on the back of it. And then everything for the audio is up on the top side here. on the aluminum heatsink inside the box. But I'm really surprised with the construction of it. The screws were in there nice and tight and firm, and what we're going to do is put this thing back together and play a little bit of music through it. Just as an FYI, this cabinet does come completely apart. It is two sections of injection molded. Comes apart here at this seam, and has a front half and a back half. But overall quality of the cabinet is extremely well for just a simple injection molded speaker. So we're going to go ahead and get this back together and play a little bit of music. Got her back together, got her up and running, playing a little bit of music through it. The thing's got just and I doubt if you're going to hear it, but we're going to turn it up a little bit here. Got some Frankie Valli and the Four Seasons coming through it. But it's got great low-end bass response. It's in the original EQ setting. Very clear highs. You're just too good to be true. Can't take my eyes off you. We've got mail. The way that I stare, there's nothing else to compare. The sight of you leaves me weak. There are no words left to speak. But if you feel like I feel. So there you have it. I mean, it's a great sounding monitor. It is light, it is portable, it is priced right and competitive with other monitors that are coaxial, kind of in this same product line. I would consider this more of a higher end monitor than most. But a lot to be said for the FBT StagemaxX 12MA. We are authorized dealers, and that is why we've started doing the reviews of the FBT products. I'm going to be doing some additional reviews on some of their line array products and some of the other speakers that they've got in their various product lines. And you'll be seeing those videos come up now from time to time here on Trinity Pro Sound's YouTube site. Check us out on Facebook and also the webpage, www.trinityprosound.com. As we said in the other videos, we are dealers for FBT, we're dealers for RCF, we're dealers for DB Technologies, for QSC, we sell mixers, audio cables, we're Allen Heath dealers, Digico, Midas. We just took delivery of an M32 and it is absolutely fantastic. So if you are interested in any of those products, we are Shure dealers, Audio-Technica, Audix, Sennheiser. So anything along those lines, please feel free to give us a call. So there you have it. The FBT line is now part of us at Trinity Productions, trinityprosound.com. Reach out to us and you won't be sorry. Thanks for stopping by.
I love you, baby.